Welcome back to the series on standardizing your assemblies. In this video, we will focus on the basic manufacturing principles. In part 1 of this series, we introduced that there are 4 manufacturing principles, and you should begin to group your assemblies into these principles to allow you to start standardizing which assemblies to prefabricate. A typical assembly has hundreds of thousands of different types, with all the available options. The goal is to begin to standardize your assemblies and narrow the most common assemblies that are used 80% of the time to the top 20 assemblies. This is done by collecting data and assigning the assemblies to one of the 4 basic manufacturing principles by determining how often they are used. So let's take a look at the difference between these 4 principles. Make to stock. Make to stock is the highest degree of standardization in manufacturing principles. These assemblies have the most common options and are the assemblies that you keep in stock, ready to be delivered to the job site right away. This represents the 90% of assemblies that were ordered on the last 6 months of projects. The prefab shop can focus on making these assemblies to have them ready for the next project when your prefab shop is not 100% busy. Assembly to order. Assembly to order is the next tier. These assemblies have common options that you can assemble quickly and deliver to the job site within days. These assemblies are not the ones that are used 80% of the time, but are used on a regular basis. Make to order. Next are the make to order assemblies. These assemblies are the ones that are only used 1 to 2% of the time. These assemblies will have options that you can make, but it will take a week or 2 to assemble and deliver to the job site. You may have to reconfigure your assembly line to do these options. Engineer to order. Finally, the last tier are the engineer to order assemblies. These assemblies are the one-offs. They literally have to be engineered. These assemblies will have options that will require significant lead time for engineering before they can be assembled and delivered to the job site. The goal is to identify which level your assemblies are in. In the perfect world, we would only use make-to-stock assemblies. This would allow you to keep the most common assemblies in stock and ready to be delivered to the job site right away. But we know this is not possible due to the individual project demands. So we will still have assemblies that fall into the other principles. As a general rule, the less common the assembly is, the more expensive it will be, and the longer it will take to deliver the assembly to the job site. I think everyone would agree if we could use assemblies that are cheaper to make and can be delivered to the job site faster, that is what we would prefer. Thank you for joining me for this session. Now that you have an understanding of the levels of prefabrication and the basic manufacturing principles, we need to begin to apply them to our assemblies. Join me for the final session, Part 4, as we discuss the strategies and tools that can be used to standardize your assemblies.